5ASIDE here with beIN Sports live and direct from Fez after watching what I can only call a total destruction and domination from Nigeria.
Domination.
That was something. That was the first time we've seen that in AFCON.
Yeah, I mean,
live with our eyes. That was wild.
We've been begging for this type of performance from Nigeria, and we got it today. Unbelievably dominant. I mean, Mozambique barely saw a look of the ball. Good for them boys. How are you guys feeling about it?
Of course, I mean, it's a great way to start off the knockout stage for Nige. You know, they played in Fez before they started here, so they're used to the match. But honestly, Mozambique gave them way too much time on the ball.
Yeah.
But that also shows they knew that they could get peppered, and they got peppered for sure.
Yeah. There was a point in time where I looked at Josh and I was like, the fact that they're letting the ball bounce, like the Nigerian defenders are letting the ball bounce off of a goal kick and just taking their time, just shows how easy they were taking this game. Like, there was literally zero stress. And yeah, like I said, this was a performance that we needed to see from them. Osimhen had 2 goals, which honestly I needed to see from him. I was talking earlier.
Could have more. Some were even called offside.
Yeah, I was talking earlier in the tournament just about how we need to see him kind of actually get some goals on the score sheet, convert some of those chances, and he did that today. So I don't know. We see a new Nigeria. We see a new Nigeria. I'm feeling differently about them.
Does this? I mean, so Lookman gets a goal, Osimhen gets a goal.
Yeah.
The stars are shining. All the best players on the field played the best, and it's what we've been calling for. Me personally, I've been critical of Nigeria. I've said, hey, I need to see a little bit more. I need to see a little bit more from a team that has all these star players. I need all of that to kind of function and move together in the way that we know that they can. And it was interesting because the Nigerian journalists, I think they themselves also expected a little bit more going into this game. It was almost a collective feeling from Nigeria. But hey, it's a great feeling when you prove everyone wrong. When everyone who was kind of doubting you, kind of saying, hey, we need more, when you do it, that's one of the best feelings in the world. So congratulations to them.
Yeah, and it was surprising too because Mozambique took Cameroon to a very close game.
Exactly.
Took an early lead against them.
Exactly.
I think they defeated Gabon in the group stage, and they had a close one with Ivory Coast as well. And so it's not like Mozambique was one of those teams that everybody has just been walking over. But it just goes to show, like, Nigeria's here and they mean business. So, yeah.
I think it also highlights even the fact that Nigeria are coming from just being in the final in AFCON.
Yeah.
They know what it's like to play in the round of 16, to take that seriously, to go on to the next level.
Yeah.
I think the other interesting thing is when you have a team that starts out playing in the rain like that, and they're kind of used to it, they've been training in this weather. Guys, remember, Mozambique was stationed in the south, in Agadir.
Okay.
It's not been raining as much.
They were near the beach.
So it's come out here.
My God.
Yeah, poor them.
The change of scenery is
that was
rough.
tough. That was tough. That was different.
The change, if you guys saw how sunny and beautiful it was in Agadir, 70 degrees, clear skies, to come up north and have to play in this cold and rain, I'm sure that was a tough transition.
It was a tough one, and it's especially tough to face a former African Player of the Year in Lookman.
Yeah.
He scored last time he was here against Tanzania, you remember?
It's true. He scored a beautiful left-footed goal. Yeah. And today he got 2 assists on the sheet. He got a goal. Honestly, Man of the Match award. He's looking at his prime self, and he looks like he's here for business. I was on the field when he was presented the Man of the Match award.
Oh, you were close to Lookman?
I was right next to him.
Oh, really?
Probably 5 feet.
What did he say?
He didn't say anything to me. He said a few words to the press, but he looked all business. Like, he wasn't smiling, he wasn't laughing, he wasn't there to hype up the team or hype up the fans.
Best mood.
He was literally just like, "Thank you, I'm ready for the next match." He's all business.
That's a star right there. He's a star who's playing on a team that perhaps isn't necessarily at his level. Maybe he's looking for a move. So we'll see.
It's interesting, yeah, it's true.
Speaking of someone else who's playing on a team that, could potentially be higher for the quality and talent that he has, Victor Osimhen with 2 goals in this match, and also a goal that was disallowed in the first half. That's a player that you have been calling for to really show himself. Yeah. Has he proved himself to you tonight?
I mean, I need to see it in a big game.
Okay, that's fair.
He's delivering. I can't ask. Wait.
No, you can't do anything. You can't do anything.
Let me finish.
How many times did he score? Answer.
Twice. Great game.
Not one.
You see, he didn't even win Man of the Match. He didn't win Man of the Match.
You don't have to win Man of the Match. You just have to do what you need to do for your team, man.
I agree. I'm saying
individual awards guy. Look at this guy.
It's true.
I'm saying for me to feel like Osimhen is delivering at the level that people expect, he needs to do it against a team of top ranking.
Algeria, Congo coming up next.
Exactly.
Live on
I'm not taking away anything from him. This was an excellent performance. He had 2 strikers finished. Great job.
Thank you. Victor is victorious.
Round of applause.
Say it with me.
Victor is victorious.
Thank you.
Yes, but we need to see it against some tougher competition. And then I back all the way off.
That's fair.
I back all the way off.
I mean, he's a top striker, so what you're asking of him is not ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying.
He's saying Victor Osimhen is a top striker,
Of course.
but he needs to show it against a top team. That's fair.
Of course.
That's
That's
fair.
it. That's
You're
it.
not saying that
That's
he's this or that, whatever.
There's
but you're saying
nothing- yeah.
continue to show this at the level that we know you can.
Exactly. And I like him. I'm a fan of him, so I want to see it. It's not coming from a place of hate.
No,
Let's
of course.
clarify that.
That's your guy.
Let's make
You
that-
even have blonde hair yourself
You feel
recently.
me? I had a mask too.
Yeah.
Remember in high school
What happened in high
when
school?
I used to wear the.
You wear a mask.
I didn't wear a mask.
Oh,
but I wore like the glasses.
thick goggles.
Yeah.
It's supervision.
Very
while you're on there.
Osimhen-like.
It's true. It's true, man.
But
Well, I think one of the interesting things also about this game is Akor Adams.
yeah.
He's a player who we have also got to see score live against Tanzania a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Nigeria up top has a tremendous amount of star power. So what does it mean to be able to bring players off the bench? And also, my question is, when we get to these games and we get to these matches where potentially would have penalties,
Sure.
your guys and your expertise in terms of what it's like having strikers on the bench for penalties, how much of an advantage is that for Nigeria to have a player like Akor Adams on the bench that you can bring on and know that he has kind of the mentality and the ability to put the ball in the goal if needed?
For sure. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, with a striker, like you said, you have to be ready to do a lot with a little.
Yes.
And that's one of the key things about coming off the bench is I don't have much time. There's players who are on the pitch who are already tired, but I have the energy and I have just the fresh legs to be able to do that. Penalties we saw with Mali, some of the players who scored and did well were players that didn't start the game.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure. And we have to remember too, a lot of these plays start in the midfield with Iwobi. I feel like a lot of people, maybe the big pundits and the reviews after the game aren't necessarily talking about him, but he has like the heart of the internet right now because everybody's calling every game. Iwobi deserves man of the match. Iwobi deserves man of the match. I saw him pinging passes this entire game. And he does a lot of that hard work that doesn't often get credited because it's not necessarily on the score sheet. But a lot of these goals really do start with Iwobi in the midfield.
Hey, the
So
Fulham
credit
boys.
to him as well, 100%. 100%.
Speaking of Prem Stars, we move over to another team that has another batch of Prem Stars, and that is Egypt, who just played against Benin, winning 3-1. Of course, speaking of Mohamed Salah and Omar Marmoush, how do we feel about that victory? Because it was close for a little bit. Egypt went up, then it was 1-1, and then Egypt pulled away. How do we feel about that victory? How do we feel about Egypt moving forward?
I mean, look, we haven't had the chance to see Egypt in person. So
I'm very curious.
For the listeners at home, please do not bash me for this take. But Egypt still hasn't convinced me. I feel like they haven't gotten those like consistent. They haven't had.
If you win, it's not enough.
They just haven't had a run of like you see how today we saw a convincing win. They haven't had a run of those convincing wins where it's like, okay, from start to finish, you dominated this match. And it's possible I'm forgetting one from the group stage because, like I said, we haven't been to any yet. But from what I've seen from them, it's been a lot of these like super tight games, and then maybe they pull away closer to the end or something like that. But for a team like Egypt with the stars that they have, for me to feel like, oh, they got this, they can go all the way, I need to see those like consistent, like dominant wins.
Of course.
And to credit Benin for them to equalize late in the game as they did, all credit to them. But Egypt, look, if you're claiming that you should be one of the contenders for the title, they need to be dominating these games.
Of course, I understand that mentality. At the same time, too, it's one of those things where in tournament football, when you get to the later stages, especially near the semifinal, the final, those games are going to be tight regardless.
Yeah, it's
due
true.
to the style of play, due to the
true.
level of competition.
Yeah.
And so when you go through gritty games early, it's a mentality that's set. Obviously, as a coach or somebody in the staff, it could be worrying to be like, okay, we're not, blowing out teams that we should be blowing out, but at least the nature and the character of the win is there.
No.
Okay.
Speaking of character, when it comes to Egypt, there's a story that for some of you guys who may not have been at the stadium, what they're telling us from the stadium when the match ended was that in the stands, a lot of the Moroccan fans, who of course, in these matches at AFCON, a lot of fans actually are Moroccan in the stadium. And the Moroccans decide to pick a team sometimes. And oftentimes they pick the underdog. So what happened during this game is that the Moroccans were rooting for Benin. So during the game, Moroccans were cheering and shouting and rooting for Benin. The Egyptians weren't really happy with that because why are we playing in North Africa? Why are the Moroccans rooting against us? So when the match ended and Egypt made that comeback, this late dramatic comeback, the Egyptian coach, he comes out from behind the bench and starts shouting at the Moroccans and starts saying, hey, seven wins,
Listen.
7 AFCONs. Why are you guys shouting at us when we won like this? How do you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel about that sentiment of saying, hey, why would you not root for us, but now that you didn't, get out of here?
Yeah, man, listen. Trying to remind them, history speaks. Football is a game of heritage.
Of course.
20 years ago, Egypt took home the title in 2006. So, he's trying to remind them, there's a bad memory in sports sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, as a coach, when your team is facing a lot of scrutiny in the crowd, part of your job at the end of the game is to remind people, hey, you can get excited all you want, but like, don't forget who's daddy. You know what I mean?
7 of them.
Father.
Yes, sir.
You cannot forget. You got 7 of them things. Hey, you got to have some respect. But I mean, all credit to the fans as well. Nobody wants to see Egypt in the later stages of the tournament.
Yeah,
if you're thinking
Morocco,
about who you have to go up against. And so the Moroccan fans have every right to be like, we want y'all to lose and get y'all out of here. So I credit to both sides. I completely understand. So
It's fair.
yeah.
Y'all think Egypt's gonna win the next game?
I think so. The question from the fans and from behind the camera is, will Egypt win their next game? I think when we look at this Egyptian side, I'm a little bit worried based on the reasons that you've kind of given, because again, they have not really been able to be convincing, and this next round is a star-studded round. It doesn't really matter who you look at. When Morocco plays their next game, they're playing a star-studded Cameroon. When Ivory Coast plays their next game, or, for example, when Burkina Faso plays their next game, it's going to be against a star. Because it's Algeria, it's Congo, it's Morocco, it's Cameroon. It's all the big teams. So when Egypt plays next, they have to prove that they're really there. And that's actually sometimes kind of the knock against Egypt, is that, hey, you are one of these historic and ancient teams in AFCON that has always won. But when we look at the Egyptian squad right now, is it really at the same level of all these other teams based on where your players play club football? And the kind of eyebrow raised at Egypt is that maybe not, because a lot of these players still play in Egypt. No disrespect to the Egyptian League at all. But the question is, can they prove that they belong at the same level as all these African teams that have all these star-studded players?
It's true. I mean, listen, Salah definitely has a chip on his shoulder. You know, he lost AFCON finals before. You know, and that's why he's putting a lot of effort to get these late wins. It's a big one they got coming up next. You know, the quarterfinals is looking very, very fun.
Yeah, it's true. It's the Egypt go up against the winner of Ivory Coast and Burkina Faso. Yeah. I mean, that game's going to be crazy, but I'm sure we're going to talk about that later. But those are going to be 2 hard teams to beat. Both of them are, like, very attacking heavy. And I don't think Egypt has gone up against a front 3 like either of those teams that's really going to press them
Especially
for all
Ivory
90
Coast.
exactly for
Ivory
all
Coast
90
doesn't
minutes.
have anywhere weak. There's not a single position on the field where Ivory Coast looks beatable.
Yeah.
That's one of the better teams in the tournament and one of the more complete and solid teams in the tournament. I think Egypt will have a tough time against Ivory Coast for sure.
listen.
If Ivory Coast goes through.
You think the coach will stay composed after those comments?
That's his job.
Yeah, he has to. Coach has to stay
composed
composed.
after those comments. He must.
Yeah,
That's
man.
the job.
It's going to be a tough one, man. I'd love to see Egypt and Cote d'Ivoire, though. Diallo's, you know, showing what he's about when he's gone up against Liverpool talent before.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. There'll be a little Manchester United-Liverpool battle.
Left foot on the right side, down both sides of the pitch, bro.
Yeah. There'll be good one for the EPL fans back home.
Listen.
Speaking of these battles, these Premier League battles, we have Mohamed Salah, Ademola Lookman, and a player from La Liga, Ibrahim Diaz. So they are neck and neck in terms of goal contributions, assists, and at the top of this AFCON, those have been the 3 stars that have shined the brightest. Who has impressed you guys the most? Raheem, Mohamed, or Ademola?
Brahim scoring 4 and becoming, I believe, the first Moroccan player to score in 4 consecutive matches at AFCON. You can't undersell that stat. I mean, that's incredible feat. This is his first year with the team as well, I believe, and so being a newcomer on the scene and stating your claim to fame in the way that he has, I haven't seen somebody do that at AFCON. So that's super impressive. But after seeing Lookman today, and as I mentioned, after seeing him on the field and the way he just looks focused, if Nigeria go far, I think he'll bring home the Golden Boot. I think he'll have the most stats at the end of the tournament.
So I have to ask you a hard question, right? It's recess after lunch. We're in pre-K, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade. Right? You're team captain.
Pre-K before we could walk.
No. You're team captain, right? In front of you, you have the first choice, right? In front of you, you have Brahim Diaz, Ademola Lookman, and Mohamed Salah. Who are you picking first?
For AFCON.
Yeah.
Current Salah?
The guy who's playing. Who are you picking first? And if you don't pick fast enough, it's someone else's turn.
I'm taking Lookman.
Okay.
I'm taking Lookman.
Who are you taking first?
You know, I can struggle with these type of questions, man. I mean, the thing that you brought up is the fact that Diaz he's a barbershop legend right now in Morocco.
Yeah. He's got everybody's
what?
attention.
You know what I mean? But I'll definitely take Lookman for the, you know.
Okay.
That's just due to style of play.
Yeah, the way he's playing right now, he's just bossing it.
But the thing about Diaz is that Morocco's offense is going through him.
Yeah.
His last finish was a one-on-one battle in the box. He's been winning penalties as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's also a bit of a deficit, because I feel like Morocco's kind of slipped by in a couple of these games because they're depending on him too much, and he's having to create these chances out of nowhere, which obviously is credit to him. But Lookman, we're seeing him in a system where he's able to play freely. He's able to pick passes. He looks comfortable. He's not necessarily in a state of duress, which I think speaks to what he can do in any team.
Do you think Brahim's in a state of duress?
Yes.
I agree.
The
I
way
understand what he's saying.
that finish in the last game, he was in a state of duress. He's trying to shimmy. even the fact that he shot that near post, the keeper should have saved that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the keeper's job is to save near post. So it's credit to him, but I'm saying
it was a nice shot.
It's desperation.
It was a nice shot.
100%. But do you get what I'm saying?
The choice, the selection of near post, far post. Listen, he knew what he was doing, man.
It's not disrespect to him, but do you get what I'm saying?
If you don't shoot far post when you're near to the goal, it's not enough for Kendrick. You have to score.
I'm
the
not
ball
saying,
in the back of the net is
I'm
not
saying
enough.
it's taking anything away from him. I'm saying we're seeing two players. I'll put it like this, if I'm not being clear. We're seeing two players in form right now who are in two very different situations.
Of course.
Lookman is playing comfortably in the midfield, moving forward, picking passes, looking up, taking his time, collecting goals, collecting assists, left foot, right foot. On the other hand, we're seeing Diaz in dire situations, 86th minute, having to pull things out of his hat because nobody else is doing anything. He's carrying the team. That's all I'm saying.
Of course, and guaranteed at the end of the day.
It's not a deficit.
Of course. Morocco definitely has great resources. They have great talent as well. But I will say, he's been stepping up to the plate.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So until he steps
Big
up and
stepper.
falls down from the plate, he's the biggest stepper here.
Big stepper.
You know what I
Big
mean?
Moroccan
Big
stepper.
Brahim.
You feel me?
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But there's one other name on that list that we haven't talked about as much. Of course, man. And you can't count that guy out. At the end of the day, he scored today what?
Just careful. If you pick Mo third, you're probably going to lose the tournament. He's not going to be happy getting picked third. If Mohamed Salah is left alone standing there after two people have been picked before him, whatever team he plays for, you're finished.
Yeah. And he did say goodbye to Liverpool before leaving for AFCON. So there's a lot on the line for him. Like, this is his moment.
You
it's
give
like,
emotions to him to play with emotions?
Yeah, it's true.
Long, dangerous.
Of course, one day.
Yeah. Even that last finish, I don't know if you guys had a chance to see it at the end of that game. The little Trivela goal outside the boot.
Composure. He's been here before.
Yeah, he's in the mood.
Of course, man.
Speaking of matches that are upcoming, and speaking of how these players will play, how the stars will play, we have to speak about one of the greatest AFCON games we will probably ever have the privilege to watch.
Yeah.
Algeria versus DR Congo, coming up tomorrow, live on beIN Sports USA at the Prince Moulay Hassan Stadium.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm glad.
How are you feeling? 'Cause I am smiling from ear to ear. I cannot wait to watch football like that.
For sure.
Algeria versus Congo will feed families. for
Yeah,
generations.
100%.
From the cultural significance, I'm already seeing Algerians and Congolese having so much fun on the internet. So first of all, the tension that's there is friendly, and that's the best atmosphere in the stadium.
Yeah.
When there's laughing and joking, man, what a game we're about to see.
Because both fan bases know how talented they are.
Exactly.
Both fan bases know how to show up to games.
Both teams think they can win, and that's the best type.
Exactly, because both
neither
of them
team is
can.
scared.
Yeah, and it almost feels like a battle of yin and yang.
Exactly. Explain that.
On,
Go ahead.
on one hand, we have Algeria, who has been like the silky, skillful, attacking heavy. You know, people are talking about XYZ players, the Messi regen, Brazil shots. Like they've been that essence in the tournament. They've been that presence. On the other hand, we have Congo, who's been applauded for their physical presence, their defensiveness. They get stuck in there, and so it's gonna be literally like thunder versus lightning, or however you put it. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. Even just like the francophone battle, it's gonna be good.
Of course, I mean, I've seen even on Twitter as well, as you guys said, it's been an internet frenzy about the match. It's one that even in Paris they'll be very, very happy to see. It speaks to the diaspora.
Brussels, it's gonna be a fantastic day.
Yeah.
I now have to ask you guys how you think the game will go. Don't give score predictions, but how do you think the game will go?
Defense wins games.
Okay.
We saw what happened when Mali faced Tunisia. Somewhat, not the same setup, but a similar setup in terms of like the characteristics of each team. Mali defensively was strong the whole game. Obviously, they conceded and they made things happen at the end. But a lot of people thought Tunisia was going to just run away with that game. I think similarly, a lot of people probably favor Algeria. Algeria has been scoring goals all tournament. They're dancing all over everybody. But Congo is not going to let that happen tomorrow. And for me, defense wins games. So I'm going to take Congo in that one.
Congo's been able to go against a team in Senegal that has very high offensive prowess.
Yeah.
You know, Algeria, they had a tough time against Burkina Faso for a bit, you know, but we haven't seen them with that type of, you know, we'll see if they even have to go against a low block. Congo might step up and press high.
Yeah.
You know, but there's pressure on them that they haven't, you know, seen before.
Yeah. And I'm forgetting his name now, but the number 10 for Congo.
Bakambu, Cedric.
Yeah, oh my God. He's going to be scary. Has Algeria had to go against a player like that yet?
No, not yet. The players they played against, the teams they played against, have not been anywhere near as good as Congo
Of course.
on the either side of the ball.
So,
We shall see.
Yeah, and Buku coming off the bench.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
I think, though, I will take Algeria. I think I'll take Algeria in this match just because I think the individual talent that Algeria has, that Riyad Mahrez has in both of his feet,
Yeah.
that's a tough one to stop. And in the same way that I don't think Algeria has come against a team like Congo, I don't think that Congo has come up against a player that is as in form as Riyad Mahrez is during this tournament.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm worried about for them.
Yeah.
However, we have to speak about the other game that's going on tomorrow, which you can watch on beIN Sports USA anytime you need. The match is Ivory Coast against Burkina Faso. I know we have a soft spot for Burkina,
Yeah.
but how are we feeling about that game? No score predictions, but how do we think it'll go?
I mean, this, in contrast to the match we just spoke about, for me, feels like two teams that are very similar. Like, very attacking minded, get forward a lot, comfortable on the counter. And so it's going to be interesting to see two teams with two similar play styles try to play each other. Because I don't think Burkina Faso is going to play the whole, we're going up against the previous AFCON winner, let's sit back and defend for our lives.
I agree.
I don't see that. I feel like they're going to go for it. And so I think it's going to be high scoring. I think there's probably going to be a couple of mistakes. I don't know. It's
Guess
easy
what?
to pick Ivory Coast, but I don't think
Sure,
Burkina
sure,
Faso will
sure.
make it
Guess
easy.
what? That game goes to penalties for sure.
I could see
In
that.
my heart, I'm absolutely preparing for a late game.
Yeah.
Or watching
A
that.
late night
Yeah,
with
it's a
some
late-
shawarma.
It's a late night with some shawarma, watching
Yeah.
some incredible pens because that has penalties written all over it. In terms of how the teams can prepare for each other, it's tough because I think they're quite prepared. The problem is that they already are very similar. So every time they're practicing and training, they're already playing against each other.
Yeah,
It's not like they're going to meet anything new or anything different.
Yeah.
They're just going to see themselves in the mirror. Sometimes that's the scariest thing.
Yeah.
Of course, man.
The man in the mirror.
Man in the mirror. It's not scary for me, but sometimes it's scary.
I mean, I'm going to say his name every time we talk about Burkina Faso.
Tell the story.
Georgie Meningu plays for the Seattle Sounders. He had a terrible eye infection a few years ago, right before he got called up to play for the first team. So he's been playing ever since, partially blind in one eye. Scored a goal in the opener to send them, to victory, and has just been balling out. Honestly, one of my favorite dribblers in the world. Whenever he gets somebody one-on-one, his mindset is like, I'm going to beat them, and he does. And so I'm really excited to see what he can do against Ivory Coast. I think he could be the hero for Burkina Faso. And so I think he'll get on the score sheet. I hope he does. I'm rooting for you. We'll see.
While there are some incredible dribblers on Burkina Faso, let's not sleep on players that Ivory Coast has as well.
Of course.
Of course,
Your
of
man.
course.
Can you speak about him?
Ahmad, listen, we saw him live against your country.
He's really good.
Don't give him
Ahmad Diallo is
space.
a really good player.
Listen, man. So, he's been curling in off the left. He started with a right foot finish. So, he's gotten both feet on the goals in this tournament. But no, not even him. Even, Kessie as well.
Yep.
Cote d'Ivoire, they
Big
won the last
presence.
AFCON, man.
Yeah.
And so they know what it takes to get there.
Yeah.
So they're looking forward to this match.
Yeah. They know how to get through the gulag.
Oh, listen, the last AFCON was up and down before they went back up.
It's true.
Guys, speaking of up and down, we have now come down to the section where we give our match predictions.
Okay.
So we'll begin with Algeria-Congo. Match predictions.
Fimbu!
Okay.
Fimbu! Hey, I need to see a Congolese win tomorrow. I need to see the uncles giving a little wine tomorrow. I need to see 2-1 to Congo tomorrow in regular time. That's what I'm hoping for.
I think we will see a 3-2 Algeria victory. I think it's going to be an incredibly high-scoring game, and I think Riyad Mahrez is going to take over with 2 goals. That's what I'm predicting. 3-2 Algeria win.
So I'll give it 3-2 Congo. You know what I mean? Some
Mon
goals.
frère.
Some more. Listen,
Oh,
man.
God.
I hope they're able to.
Chaque jour.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every single day. I'm going to root for Congo. Algeria should get on the score sheet. Reality of the fact is that game quickly. It's not about, obviously stopping the other team. It's about outscoring.
Yeah.
And Ivory Coast against Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
I can't.
I
You
can go
start.
first.
Somebody
I
else
can go
start.
first.
I can't.
Like I said, I think it's going to go to
Penalties,
penalties.
yeah.
I really do think it'll go to penalties. And I do think it's going to be maybe a 2-2, 1-1 within the first 90 minutes, 2-2 by the end of extra time, and let the best man win during penalties. We shall see.
I mean, I would love to see Diallo get back on the score sheet. I would love for Cote d'Ivoire to go through. That's a country with too much heritage to not proceed. So let me give a 4-2 to Cote d'Ivoire.
4-2.
4-2 doesn't mean that you lost
no,
early.
It doesn't.
It can mean that you scored the third
Exactly,
late,
of course.
and then the fourth come with momentum.
Yeah, yeah.
4-2 is one of the most deceiving scores in football.
It's true. That's a great shout.
That's fair. I mean, look, I'll be the one on the panel to go for Burkina Faso. I hope they can do it. I know they can do it, but I hope it actually comes true. That'll be amazing to see them make a deep run. I'll go 3-2 to Burkina Faso. Georgie on the score sheet.
All right.
Definitely.
For the viewers watching at home, for everyone still watching us, we have some special news for you all. For the past 15, 20 days or so, we've been here in Morocco as Americans from the U.S. covering this tournament. But at the same time, while we've been delivering coverage for beIN Sports, we have also, behind the scenes, been shooting a documentary on the first part of AFCON. Don't be scared, because 3 more parts are coming. But tomorrow, on January 6th, you will see the first episode of our documentary covering the group stages of one of the most beautiful tournaments that exists on Earth, the African Cup of Nations. So stay tuned. It'll be on YouTube in collaboration with CAF and beIN Sports.
Yeah.
One doesn't watch African football, you experience it.
So, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's a very special moment for me. I'm excited for the world to see what we've been cooking up over the last couple weeks, what we've been losing sleep over, what we've been spending time editing and running around to get the microphones and the video camera. Shout out to the whole team. But yeah, it's a very special moment. Even today, I met this older man from Nigeria. He asked me where I was from. I was like, oh, I'm from New York. He was like, oh, like, thank you so much for being here, like just supporting the tournament, like supporting the Nigerian team, supporting the fans, and documenting like this whole experience, because he was saying like everybody here knows about AFCON, everybody loves AFCON, this is the thing, but he wants more people around the world to follow on and join the party. And so exactly, and so for us to be here to do that, and for the uncles to come up and be like, you know, for the next generation, thank you for like sharing this. I don't know. I'm very excited for it to just be out there and for people to consume it and for people to join the party for the rest of the tournament.
It's a party. Come join.
Of course, it's a full range, beautiful production, all hands on deck.
Yeah.
Every single hand.
And it's definitely it's a privilege, it's an honor, because this is a tournament, an occasion that brings all of Africa together.
Yeah.
You know, over a sport that we love, a sport that brings the game together, a sport that will be coming to the U.S. very, very, very soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is your little preview of that. But no, couldn't be more proud of the boys. You know, we're not done yet. Seb said 3 more.
Yeah. 3 more parts.
Listen, man. It's a little series going on.
Yep. A lot more to come, so stay tuned.
All right. Guys, as always, thank you so much for tuning in to beIN Sports USA. To the whole crew working on the show, Felipe, Shana, Maxi, all of you guys, thank you. That's it.
We'll see you next
See
time.
you guys next time. Bye-bye.